Okay, it is January 2nd, 2026. It is a new year. Man, this is probably the best I've ever felt in the beginning of the year. Oftentimes you just can't, whatever happened, you just can't wait for the prior year to be over with because life and life. But my life, my life didn't grow. It may not have grown in one area financially so much as I had said that I wanted it to grow to. But not only did that grow, still, this last this last 6 months has really, in my opinion, it very much made up for the first 6 months because I didn't have a real plan in action. I put some stuff down and worked through the physical part, physical fitness part, definitely got going with that. But that didn't really take place till the spring. It's not like it was a whole year. And there is no, yes, I was consistent. I was consistent, but I know I could have been a little more consistent. I know I could have been a little more consistent. And so now, so as I built up a year of really repping out the muscle of consistency, if that makes sense, I've been putting into practice focusing solely on consistency. That was pretty much what this last year was about. Came off of the progression. 2024 started with decided therapy was no longer, I knew I still needed it, but who I had no longer fit who I was. And so I just said, let me save some money too. And let's just work without it. And I quickly realized how the other part of having a person that can help you. How does my camera always do that? A person that can help you walk through life. Sometimes just having that accountability partner. Sometimes just somebody that you have to say, all right, this is how my week was. And if you're honest about it, they will help you if they align and they work out, will help you get back on track. And so I didn't have that. And this was the first half of the year. I was still struggling with being by myself. There was so much of me wanting to have the connection that I thought or felt I had when I was out in Maryland, but far further away. And oh, this camera's gonna annoy me. That's gonna annoy me. I'm gonna have to get another camera because it's not doing it. But Yeah, it's almost like I wanted the relationships to continue to grow more, even though we were further away. And yeah, it grew. Only because I wanted them to sustain as much as I could. And so I put a lot more effort into building, connecting the relationships that I felt I wanted to hold on to. And, I had to, I don't know, it was very possibly is removed completely, but definitely distance myself, my communication from other people. Some probably maybe just for a short period of time. Others, that might be it. So, and that was still a part of my process coming out of there. And I thought there was gonna be one part of my life that was gonna oh no, there was that other part. I don't know what I wanted out of that really. It was I was connecting dots and some dots probably weren't connecting. It was like I had one set of dots to focus on, but I focused on a different set of dots. That wasn't that wasn't necessarily the focal pathway. And I think on a subconscious level, it was still bothering me. And I did probably, look at maybe what went wrong, or I don't know, what could I have done differently. I did it did linger on just the what ifs, and how I even allowed it to get there. But um but once I saw that my increase, though I still got it, but that my increase was not what I thought it was going to be, I it hit me that there was a gap somewhere, and in order for me to keep what I have and continue to grow and expand it, that I had to fill in that gap, and then I just had to work through my identification of the gap, and then ultimately why I feel I had the gap, and then just kind of work through that because I can kind of see what's happening economically and spiritually, and I know that there's a huge change taking place, and I am being called to make sure that I am prepared for the shift to take place, for the shifting space, so that that's interesting, so that I and the people I am connected to can all benefit. And the connection now is anybody that I'm able to reach. So we're starting 2026 happier than I've ever been, more open than I ever been. We did a lot of we did a lot of prep work in one area. So where things wasn't necessarily what at least where on paper I said I wanted. There was an area that fought. There's an area that we grew in spiritually that has set us up to be able to ride the wave and operate in a space that really speaks to this being that I'm operating through and the possibility to truly live my life on my terms. And for me, that's exciting. That's truly exciting. This year, I am giving me so much more, so much more. And not selfishly, yes, because I've gone so long without giving to myself, but not selfish to where I'm acting any different. All I'm doing is making sure that whatever I do, it's because I want to do it and want to do more for me. And that's in all areas, all areas. We definitely will be growing from a spiritual standpoint so I can continue to raise my vibrations as I'm continue to growing myself as a leader so that I can continue to walk stronger and taller as a leader because I have people who look at me. I have people who follow me. I have people who ask me for advice. I have people who are looking to me to lead them. I got people who need me to lead them. And there's no way that I can let them down. So 2026, this is going to be fun.